Hello everyone, I'm the Fascinating Angel and welcome back to my channel. Doing another Yandere Simulator redesign today. Originally I was going to do a different set of the rivals, and I got through that and then it stopped recording halfway through, so I have to completely redo it. But it made me mad, so I was just like, fine, we're doing the two adult ones. I ended up changing their... Sorry, I heard something. I ended up changing their ages to make them younger. Because I thought even if he is a third year, it was weird for a nurse and a teacher to be interested in a high schooler. This is just me trying to figure out how I want to pose them. When I draw the rivals in sets, I end up thinking about them being friends. So I came up with the idea that these two are very likely close friends. Didn't end up changing the character based off the teacher too much personality-wise. Made her a bit promiscuous, within reason. And some people are just like, high school girls ain't like that, and I'm just like, I knew a few. The boobs thing was a joke for me, because I was bored while drawing. So she has a very, how do I put it? Promiscuous and flirty look to her. I ended up, sticking with her bun. And letting her keep her thigh highs and giving her a shorter skirt. Then for the nurse character, I made her a bit more, modest in how she's dressed. It kept her, outfit design largely... It kept her proportions largely the same. And I like to think that, she's clumsy, kind of like, Sumiki from Danganronpa 2. She's just covered in bandages, but she's a nurse. She doesn't end up in a bunch of, like, promiscuous positions, like the Danganronpa inspiration. But if she ever did, then her friend would quickly be there to block the view with a view of her own. It's fun to do a pair of characters where one was more innocent and one was more seductive, yet was obvious they were friends. I like opposites attracting like that. With their pelts, it's kind of like an angel and a devil, but there's nothing wrong with it. I wanted to go for like that, I think it's called cottagecore type look for her casual outfit. Well, the other one I did more of a tight, leave little to the imagination for the other one. I almost did both of their hair down. And then I accidentally grabbed something I wasn't trying to. Sneak peek of my comic. I try to convey their personality through their casual outfits, because that's the outfit they get to choose more. And I wanted to give the nurse character a bit more curly hair. Like really lean into it, unlike her design where you just see little waves occasionally. And I ended up giving her a little, like, plus sign hair clip to help keep her hair out of her eyes. And I really like doing characters like her with these braided pigtails, where it kind of looks like hurts. I went with a sweater vest on her just because I felt it fit her better. And in a story, she would probably just be like the nurse's like student assistant. So in characters like this end up doing a lot of like ribbons and ruffles. Because they remind me, because ribbons and ruffles and lace and all that stuff reminds me of like innocence. I guess it comes from that one like Christmas dress almost every little girl ends up wearing. You know, the one with the black top, the black or red ribbon around the waist and the plaid skirt part. For the teacher-based character, she ended up largely keeping the same hair and stuff. It just made it a bit messier. Seductive looks are so hard for me to draw just because you're looking at an ace here. What you're not looking at when you're listening to an ace. End up spending forever trying to draw the first aid box that she was holding to block the other's chest. like, they're friends, so she's trying to help her friend keep some modesty. Ultimately, they respect each other's decisions. She's probably just walking her chest because, like, an actual teacher is, like, passing by and she doesn't want her friend to get expelled. Despite her looks, the teacher-based girl would probably end up being a teacher's assistant. And, like, a very smart girl. And, like, I wouldn't, like, hint at her being, like, oh, she is in a relationship with one of the teachers. No. She only ends up in relationships with other students in her grade. I like to imagine that they hang out with Senpai all the time because the three of them are in the same grade, so they probably would end up hanging with Raiburu and Osana as well. I like to think all the rivals would end up being Yanchan's friend in, like, a manga. A reluctant friend to her, but, like, because they're closer with Senpai, she can't really off them without upsetting him. I mean, she would probably attempt to off the teacher-based students. I ended up giving her some little plus signs on her skirt. I like drawing girls in hats and outfits like this. Just brings me joy. I think she looks absolutely adorable. Actually, ever since I figured out how to draw buns like this, I really like doing buns, especially making them a bit messy. I gave her a little pin with XXX to insinuate. She's not the purest person. Not that purity matters or anything. I like the idea that two people that are so different could end up being friends. I was like, oh yes. One is very promiscuous. And the other is super, modest. Honestly, I could have seen these two ended up being, at least in my version of the Yandere Simulator story, I could easily see these two ending up being like childhood friends of some sort that both decided they wanted to be in a school environment, and so they made a pact that they would try to get jobs at the same school. Unlike the other characters, I ended up sticking with the regular palette for these two, and the next set I'll end up doing, just because in this set I thought it actually, like, their skin, I already had done so many characters with different skin tones, so it's just like I can keep these two largely the same, and I changed few characters' hair color and all that, and I really liked the colors these two already had. Plus, there was like, deep down, it's just like, well, I don't want to, I think that the nurse character looks really cute with the color she already has, and it's hard to make that soft of pink look good with different skin colors. For me, at least. And I didn't want to, insinuate anything with, oh, people with this ethnicity tend to be more promiscuous, so I just, kept them white because I knew I was going to do a bunch of other characters in different races. I say white even though they're Japanese, but the color looks white. They're technically Japanese even though their coloring is white. But I digress. Imagine these two are actually fairly popular in school, with boys at least. This is the first drawing I'll do where the reds on the skirt will end up shifted different tints of red. Like I made the nurse ones more pinky and kept the teacher-based ones more a true red. I have to say it was a really fun challenge to draw them so differently and in a shut up phone and in a way that still made them look like a set. I'm glad I ended up doing these two. Of course, as I always say, I give them like colors one way they think represent them. Of course, the nurse-based characters being this bubblegum pink, and the teacher-based character being this velvety red. Well, that's all from me. Enjoy the rest of the video, comment about what I should talk about, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!